Welcome to the Natural Hair Education Podcast, where we empower, educate, and embrace our essence through the love of natural hair. I am your host, Courtney Carruthers II, and thank you for listening. I am a licensed beauty educator, licensed cosmetologist, and natural hair culturist. I am co-owner of Creative Hair School of Cosmetology and the creator of Natural Hair Education, a platform that's designed and dedicated to teaching beauty school students, professional stylists, and natural hair enthusiasts textured hairstyling and natural hair education. On this platform, we will discuss real hair stories, break myths, and grow in self-love. This episode is brought to you by Natural Hair Education's Texture on Texture styling course. This styling course is a virtual educational experience. Learn how to properly detangle hair, learn how to do coils, flat twists, two-strand twists, and an updo style, all on naturally textured hair. In this program, you will receive Ada, which is Natural Hair Education's first texture hair mannequin. And listen, y'all, she is the real deal, okay? So once you get your hands on her, you'll be able to learn the different types of skills and techniques, as well as improve your current skills, increase your service time, along with your confidence, and overall increase your income. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Natural Hair Education's podcast. Let me first say I miss being here with you guys. I miss having these conversations. I have been working through a lot of technology issues over the past couple of weeks with just getting new software and just all the things. So I kind of been behind with my podcast, but I'm back on it, back on track, and I'm excited about getting back to sharing content with you all. On today's episode, I have a special guest by the name of Courtney Bradshaw. And let me just say that I love talking with Courtney Bradshaw. She's so relatable. I felt that I connected with her on so many levels, so I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Before I bring her on, I do want to read her bio. Courtney Bradshaw is the creator of Pretty Strands hair products. She is a mother of 4, licensed cosmetologist and innovator. Pretty Hair Strands hair oil, the firstborn baby of the hairline, was birthed from a need. Her daughter, who was a toddler at the time, suffered from a severe case of eczema. The eczema not only affected her skin, but her scalp as well. All of the products she used made the problem worse. Not being able to find relief from existing products, Courtney was often disappointed. Not realizing that her background of being a cosmetologist and the love for science had already prepared her for the creation of her very own products. She began her journey, creating an amazing blend of oils that helped heal her daughter's scalp and hair. When her family and friends witnessed the miraculous results, she was forced to share this oil with others. She is now living her life with the purpose of helping people with their hair issues with the best quality of hair products. She's helping people have the pretty hair strands they always wanted. Now here is Courtney Bradshaw, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. And again, as always, thank you for listening. Welcome to the Natural Hair Education Podcast. On today, I have a special guest by the name of Courtney Bradshaw. She is the owner, CEO, and founder of Pretty Strands hair products. Hi, Courtney. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy you are here too. So I want to ask you a couple questions about what you do, but before we get into my questions, can you just tell the audience who you are and what you do?
Like you said, I'm Courtney Bradshaw. I am the founder and creator of Pretty Strands hair products. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I've been doing hair for ever, but I've been licensed for about 16 years now. I came up with Pretty Strands hair care products out of a need. My daughter suffered from eczema. And so as a mother, I just was trying to find a solution. And so I started off with the hair oil. And yeah, so that's me.
Good. So let's take it back because I want to know more about your journey just prior to you discovering or creating your own product for your daughter. Take us back. So you got into the hair industry, started doing hair. How did that come about?
I've always just been like a creative person. My parents are both creators. they've always been like very creative. I've always just wanted to like fix things, make people look good. I know when you look good, you feel good. So, and my mom was a hairstylist as well. So I will always bring like the girls home who like had the personality and were fun, but were kind of shy and just needed that extra. I would bring them home like, Mom, can you do their hair? Or I would do their hair and just, kind of just like fix them up, make them look good. So I knew from a young age that I wanted to be a hairstylist. And so immediately after school, after I graduated high school, I went straight to cosmetology school.
That's awesome. That sounds like my story. Well, not just like my story, but I went to cos school right after high school as well. Okay. I always say, well, I'm at a cos school now, as you can see, my family, I own one. We own creative hair school. So I was working today, but I find it very interesting and special when students go right from high school to beauty school. I feel like it's the best avenue if they know that this is what they want to do, or if they don't know what they want to do. It's, it's way more affordable.
Yes, absolutely. At the time when I made the decision, my friends were doubting me. They're like, oh, you don't want to go to like a 4-year college? Like, are you sure? Like, they thought that it wouldn't be a good life. But now fast forward today, a lot of them envy the decision that I made because I followed my passion. And so I skipped all of the, like you said, the extra loans. I knew exactly what I wanted and I dove right into it at a young age.
Right. And like the beauty, right. And the beauty of this business, as you did, you can create your own path, like your own avenue. A lot of people think that being a hairstylist is just about standing behind a chair, but you've created a product from standing behind the chair and, and from seeing a need of which your daughter was needing, you actually created that. So I like to think of this industry as being like multifaceted, very creative, and just, you can create any path that you want.
There's so many avenues that you can take. And now I feel like the beauty industry it's a little trendy now, with like a lot of YouTubers and people making it look, glamorizing it, which it is, it can be, it is hard work. But like you said, there's so many avenues that you can take. It's just you have to decide what you want to specialize in and focus on that and go from there.
Exactly. And then who knows what your story would end up being. But I love the beauty industry. So tell us about your daughter. How old was she when you started to discover that she had eczema?
So Phoenix was little, about 3-4 years old. One day she woke up and she just had like an outbreak. And I don't know if it was something that I ate that triggered the eczema, but she had an outbreak and her skin was just like inflamed. So I took her to the doctor and they said she could have possibly had an allergic reaction. But from that, her skin was never the same. So we were doing allergy tests. Everything would come back negative, or the things that were positive, I would take it out of her diet, but her skin was still inflamed. And then it actually was in her scalp as well. So all of the products that I would put in her hair and style her hair with, it would make it worse. It was terrible. It would just blister up, irritated. So it got to a point where I would just let her hair free in the afro and she would just go to school like that because I didn't want to make it, make it worse. And so I decided to just do my own research. And I feel like at this time there wasn't, because she's 13 now. So at the time, there wasn't a lot of options. I feel like we're just now getting into the time where we have a lot more options. We go to Target and we see like an aisle dedicated to like natural hair care, but we didn't have too many options back then. So I just went online and I would just start researching like what's good for healing the skin, what's good for hair growth, what's good, learning the different properties of the oils, and I just started mixing them. And from there, it actually helped heal her scalp. I was able to clear everything up. And another thing is I also took her off of dairy. The dairy was making her skin inflamed. So the combination of internal and external actually helped me start Pretty Strands Hair Company. And so I always knew that I wanted to start a hair care line, never knew how it will be birthed. You don't know, you never know how things will happen, but out of this need and something major, I started from there. And so then when my clients started to see that it was working for her, they started asking like, oh, well, can you make me a bottle? And, everybody wanted a bottle. So I was giving it away. I wasn't even selling it at that point. I was just giving it away because I wanted everybody to experience what my daughter did. And so That's how it all started.
Wow, 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been
Wow.
long.
You know what? I feel like we got so much in common. My son, he's 12 and
Okay.
he had eczema. Well, I didn't realize that's what it was, but
Mhm.
um he wasn't 2 or 3. He was like 1 or so. And he
Okay.
starts to develop these little rashes right in the crease of his arms. And
Mhm.
so I took him to a doctor and he had them on both arms, identical circles, like
Okay.
the little round circles here. And the doctor's like, "Oh, he has wingworm." And I'm like, wait, like
No,
wingworm, like wait a minute.
right.
So he prescribed a cream for it. I was putting it on his skin, but it caused like he was very agitated. He started crying. He was irritated. So I'm like, no, I need a second opinion.
Mhm.
I come to another doctor and he's like, "Oh, this is eczema." And I'm like, oh crap. So same as you, I did research. Now I wasn't looking for anything topical to put on it. I was more so looking for something internal. Like what do I need to remove from his diet to help with his external situation? And of course, dairy and cheese. So I did remove that. And it started to clear up. Not 100%,
Right. It
completely
helps.
gone, but it helped a lot.
Uh-huh.
And so I just love how you said that you wanted to start a product line. You always wanted to, but you didn't know where it's going to be birthed or how it was
Oh,
going to come
yeah.
to life. Isn't that
Mhm.
something how you can have a problem right before you and get a God-given idea or an idea and you have your product.
But it starts with our words. Like I said, I wanted to start a product line, so I literally manifested. I didn't know I was going to manifest it through this problem, but I manifested it. We're just saying, like, okay, I want to one day start a product line.
Wow, that is so impressive. So take us through just the research, like you doing your research and knowing that, and like you said something that was vital. 10 years ago, we didn't have the ethnic hair care line or even the organic or
Right.
the products that we have available to us today. We didn't have those 10 years ago. So you were like on the cups of something new
Yeah,
back then.
definitely.
So I'm sure people were very, very interested in what you had and wanted your product. So just walk us through how you were, like how you went from creating the product to eventually marketing the product and then selling the product.
Well, I knew that I had a serious problem when I took her to the doctor, and he knew she had eczema, but he turned around and started Googling what to do for eczema. And I'm like, wait a minute, like, okay, I can go do this at home by myself. So that's what I did. And so then when, like I said, my clients started asking for it, one of the stylists at the salon, Keisha, I'm so grateful for her. She pulled me to the side and she's like, "You need to start charging for this stuff because people is working and people really want it." And I'm like, "You think so?" She's like, "Yeah." So I'm like, "Okay." So we started off with I put it like in a small brown bottle. I was literally like mixed, like hand pouring each ingredient. And from there, I was just always trying to figure out how I could like better the system of making it. The batches were getting bigger and bigger. And at the time, I worked at a huge salon in Inglewood, um, Spot 313. There was maybe about 40 stylists in the salon. Yeah,
What?
so that is huge. It was like a lot of private suites and the main floor. So that right there was a huge market. Just the stylists alone and them sending their clients to me, just picking up the bottles of oil. That was probably like the start, and then word of mouth. My clients, getting results, and then this was also around the time when Instagram was like really picking up. So I was able to like post like before and after pictures on my clients.
Mhm.
My clients were posting, and the word was getting around. And then from there, um, my clients were constantly asking me like, "Okay, well, what is a good shampoo? What's a good leave-in?" And I was always telling them and referring another product when I'm like, I should be referring my own product. So I ended up coupling with the chemist, and she happens to be a Black chemist that a client referred to me. And so we worked together on making the product. So I would like kind of mix some stuff up and then like consult with her, like, "Hey, what do you think? What am I missing? What would help with this?" And then with just the research, her support, I just grew it from the oil to the leave-in to the shampoo and conditioner. then the butter. Then I went to the hair mask, and then now we also have hair gummies for adult and children.
Oh my goodness, that is fascinating. That
And
is
this is still just the
amazing.
beginning. This is the beginning because there's so many components to healthy hair. There's so many things that we need. So this is just the beginning of it all.
Absolutely, but still, like, you know, I don't know your age, but if you're my age, then we're because we sound like we're about the same age.
Yeah.
You've done some amazing things. Like, I just feel that is just so, and for you to even start this like 10 years ago. And like now today, you know, you have different people that's trying to jump in. And like you said, Instagram, YouTube, all these different platforms is making this industry popular.
Mm-hmm.
And people are jumping on the bandwagon, but you're not new to this, you true to this, basically. And so,
okay.
Right. And so I commend you on that. I think that is just so fascinating. So walk us through. Now you have a leave-in. Wait, you have a leave-in, a shampoo, conditioner, and butters.
Yes.
And gummies.
Gummies and a Rice Renew hair mask.
Rice Renew hair mask. That is amazing. So I know you said that you had clients that were asking you, you know, like recommendations on shampoos and products, but what actually led you to just go out and say, okay, I'm going to do this instead of just, you know, continuing to recommend them different products?
I naturally kind of have like an entrepreneurial spirit too. And so, just getting the encouragement and like seeing the support that people were giving me, I'm like, okay, I could just keep going. And so I'm literally every day I'm faced with a new challenge. There's so many challenges because it's like I'm unfolding this business that I don't really know about. I'm learning as I go. So I just made the decision to just keep going. I'm in so deep now, I can't stop. So
right.
I can't stop. So I just kept going. And like I said, it's provided me a way to take care of my children. I'm doing something that I love to do. I'm helping people. So it all comes together.
So are you still practicing hairstyling? Like are you still in the salon working?
I am not as much, but my clients won't let me go anywhere. So and I miss them. And it's a way for me to like really connect. And then also, it's a way for me to like my content to show, you know, people how to use the products. And it's a way for me to test the products, and they won't let me go. So I am the salon, kind of.
Yeah, but that's a good thing though. I feel like that too. I feel like I had those times in the industry where I'm full throttle, like I'm heavy in the salon. I'm working, I got clientele, and then it's those times where I kind of like pull back because I need you need the break because you have so many people that rely on you, and I don't want to say they dump on you, but they share their life with you, which is
they're pulling from you.
Yeah. And so sometimes you just need that time to just take a step back and just rejuvenate. And then when you come back, you're refreshed, you're rejuvenated, you're excited, like, okay, come on. I
all about it.
Yeah, I get it. And so like now, well, we have a beauty school, and so I'm not able to do hair as much as I used to. I think I have, and don't laugh at me, I'm not lying. I have like 3 clients a month. But I love them clients, okay?
Yes, that's your core. It's family.
Yeah, it is. It feels good, you know, to still be able to service in the industry and still do other things that I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I love it. So what are some of the results that your clients are experiencing?
I've had so many great testimonials from people that have suffered or fought cancer, helped their hair grow back, people that have had alopecia, depends on what type of alopecia, it's helped them, people that have just really haven't had like good hair growth, or people just not knowing or not using good products. It just kind of helped transform people's hair, and just using a healthier version of these products without all the chemicals that will contribute to any type of long-term illnesses. So I get testimonials all day, and I'm so grateful and so thankful that I'm able to help so many people.
Absolutely. That's really good. And I find it so admirable that you found a Black chemist. Like, I mean,
God,
That's it, right?
For sure. And when I initially met up with her, I could not afford her. And she sat across from me and she told me her prices. I said, well, I cannot afford you, but one day I will. So I ended up contacting her, and she was so happy when I called her back. Fast forward, this was maybe like a year later, and she told me, she was like, God told me we were going to work together. And I'm so happy that you called me back, and we're here today.
Wow. And look, you have like a whole line
and
of
we're actually
products.
in the future, in the very, very near future, me and the chemist we're launching a manufacturing company. So we're actually going to be helping people manufacture their own products.
Reach back out this way, okay?
For sure.
When you do, I'm so serious.
Absolutely.
Because we have a school, and of course, we want to have our own product line within our school for our students to use. So that will be such a benefit to us as well. So the products, the store-bought products, a lot of people do not realize that, for one, a lot of the products that are not, and I'm not speaking in a general, but a lot of the products that are catered to African American hair or texture hair are not created by African Americans. And alongside of that, a lot of those products do contain, and you said it, products or ingredients that is harmful to the body. It's in our lotions and soaps and hair products and things like that. So were you very intentional about making the products so like healthy for the body?
Extremely intentional, because I started off making the oil, and I didn't want anything to irritate whatever problems that my daughter had first. So I knew that I was going to develop the entire line in such a way where I wasn't going to irritate the skin, the body, or just put anything in our body or on our body, because our skin is our largest organ of the body. So if you put something on your skin, it's going to go inside of you. So I'm very intentional of the ingredients that we use, because when these other big companies produce these products, they're doing it on a mass level, on a big level. So they're not thinking about those things. They're just thinking about making the money. And they're not even really thinking about products that necessarily, they're thinking about something that gives you quick results and the most money for their business.
Yeah.
So, they're not keeping the consumer in mind all the time.
Yep. So true. So let's talk about your name, Pretty Strands. Where'd the name come from?
It's so random. Okay. So I was doing hair already, and I was also selling hair. I was selling hair like maybe literally probably like 16 years ago. Okay. And
wow.
Yeah, like
before it got trendy, with everything.
Before it got trendy, I was selling the hair, and I would call it Pretty Strands. And so then when I decided to do the oil and grow the company, I was like, what should I call it? And so I was driving down the street, I was praying, and boom, it came to me. You already have the name, Pretty Strands. Use the same name. So by this time, I had kind of already stopped selling hair, but the name was still there. And so I decided to hold on to the name Pretty Strands. And and Pretty Strands does not mean long hair. It does not mean short hair. Pretty Strands means healthy hair. It means hair that you have options. You could do whatever you want to do. It is not one particular look. It embodies all the looks.
Right. Absolutely. So, before I let you go, I do want to know where they can find you, what website and Instagram, Facebook, social media pages.
So everything, Instagram, Facebook, everything is at Pretty Strands. The website is prettystrands.com, and the email is info@prettystrands.
Okay, awesome. Now, we've had a good conversation. I think you're so inspiring. Can you just share with the audience some type of word of encouragement, whether it's about their hair or about something that you've been through personally, something to help you get through? Just leave the audience with something that they can take away.
You know what? It's something simple, but it's something that never fails me. It could be within your hair journey. It could be within your journey in life. Whatever you're doing, just don't give up. Keep going. Keep going, and you'll eventually see the results. The hard work will pay off.
Yes.
Keep at it.
Yep. Consistency pays off, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Courtney, for being a guest on Natural Hair Education Podcast. I will make sure that our audience get your website and your Instagram page and be able to support your business.
It was so nice meeting you. Thank you.
You too.